This is the pre-show. The pre-show. Chicka, what? HorsePLAY Live, yo. Episode 30. Those dirty MOBAs. Today's July 10th. We've survived the 4th.
Thank God.
They're still blowing up fireworks around my way.
You have no idea, man.
Dude, they had a bunch of places that were like, even the night of the 4th of July, they're practically giving them away. $20, you walk away with like a fatty bag of fireworks. $50, forget it. You could blow up a small house.
Yeah. You could. But you would never do that, though, anyway, though, right, Yogi?
Never. I'd blow up someone's pants.
Someone's pants? You would do that?
Not while they're in them, of course. That's just mean.
Like, jeez. Okay, yeah. I don't even know what to say, dude.
This is what this is the quality discussion people get when it's a pre-show.
I really don't. I really don't know what's going on. Well, I'll do a couple more things for next week with it. I'll get it working, but I'm running out of time. So, some gun. Skype player for Windows 8. Skype 64-bit Windows free. No, that's not it. Skype player. This is Windows 7.
Someone's using they're taking advantage of the IRC notification. So when they say my name, it pings me, and they're going Yogizilla on IRC. All games people going crazy.
But that's what we do, man. We go crazy.
Yeah, that's good crazy. Nothing's being thrown.
Every time I say something about horseplay to somebody, they're like, "Oh, really? That's I don't want to be mentioned on that." And then I tell them what it is, and be like, I shout out little streamers and stuff. Oh, then yeah, we'll do it. But every time I say horseplay, people automatically think.
But see, that's because people's minds are in the gutters.
Mm-hmm.
It's like when
So true.
You say the word moist and people get uncomfortable. It's like, what's wrong with the word moist? Cake is moist.
Muffins, dude.
Muffins are moist.
Oh, hey, freshly baked bread. It's very moist.
Yeah, but people get uneasy when you say that. It's like, I don't like that word.
It's moist.
That's because you have issues.
So?
Not you. I'm saying people who like uncomfortable with that.
Oh, okay. Cool.
But since it's a pre-show, I'm gonna shout out everybody that's in the All Games IRC chat. 'Cause we don't usually get to do that. We got the usual offenders. We got Burr, Derek H, Tiger Claw, Doom Plague, Havoc 978, Hecht, Bacon Bits, Billy OK, Black Dog 7. Oh wow, what's he doing on there? He's just idling. Captain Chaos, Computer Fixer Guy, Crispy, D Blue Guy, DC Nate with an 8. And he's there twice. DC Nate 3. That's how cool he is. He's logged in multiple times. Usually, this time he's logged in 3 times. Fifth Dream, Hot Quack 11, Kazan, Maiko, Melts General, MXT, Opti, Raginator, Raspberry Mako. I'm about to say Mieko. Shadow Next Gen, Spider's Venom, Sub-Z, Super Penis. I love that name. Sworn, The Almeister, THK, Laptop Edition, Togek, Desktop, a guy named Yogizilla, and GZ DR4Ev. There you go. Actually, relatively speaking, it's a pretty small house tonight. It's not a full house. Nah, I mean, I'm gonna smack my lips. Nah, I mean.
Wow. I have no idea.
I have no idea either.
How do I follow that? I'll just start the show, maybe, I guess. 'Cause I don't know what you're talking about.
What? 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 Oh wow, we already have people on my channel. Yogizilla smells of goat cheese. This is not true. I think I may have forgotten to put on deodorant. Don't I? Didn't matter. It's so freaking hot. You need some like industrial strength.
Let's go, man. So yeah,
Oh, you want me to start it?
yeah, sure. Let's go.
Okay, when you hear it, you know the deal. You know the deal.
Fascism, my nizzle. Sorry. Bam! What's up? Welcome back, geeks, gamers, to Horseplay Live. Today is July 10th, 2014. This is episode 30, which is those dirty MOBAs. Yogi? They're dirty, man.
They're dirty, according to some people.
They're dirty.
People either love them or they go, ugh, MOBAs.
I'm slowly falling into that MOBAs. I'm sorry to say that for those that know that I play MOBAs. I'm very, very sorry. I am.
Yeah.
I really do. Well, we hope all our American listeners enjoyed the fireworks and, of course, the alcohol, if you're of age, of course, on the 4th of July. For everyone else, enjoy those. That if you're in Europe and you lit some fireworks off on the 4th of July, hey, thanks. If you didn't because you thought it was silly, it's all good. I'm lost, man.
Fireworks and alcohol are good anytime. Again, if you're of age and you're responsible.
Of course, of course. And as always, I'm always joined. As always, of always. Yeah, I said it like 80 times on the other show. As always, I'm joined. Wow, I can't even read today. As always, I am joined by the crazy Puerto Rican, Bear Lizard, Yogizilla. What's going on, big man?
Nothing much. So
I didn't
a lot
read
of things
the rest
are going.
of it.
A lot of
Sorry.
things. We're not scripted. That's just a guideline, people. I want people to think we're reading from.
But then I
script.
sound really stupid.
But see, if I don't put a script, and if we freeball too much, Obi gets flustered. He's like, I need some guidance. I can't just go completely off the cuff. And he turns to the Hulk and he starts smashing things.
I'm just gonna put this on right now so I can be invisible. These are my invisible glasses.
Kids always think that it's like, if I hide my face and I can't see you, you can't see me. Like, it doesn't work that way. If I can still see you.
What is that, Mr. Deeds? Mr. Deeds, he gives that kid the sunglasses and say, here's your, if you put them on, nobody can see you. So he puts them on. Is that how it works?
See, that kind of stuff is bad, though, because then the kid might end up believing that, and then it's like, yeah, if you put these shades on, the bullies won't pick on you. And then they get
bunch
beat
of
up.
gang members are like, what's up, white boy? Oh, shit.
Then they start shouting expletives. It's like, God, they can't see me, so they won't know where it's coming from. It's like, take this, asshole. Haha, you're a fatty. What was that? Oh, you can see me?
Whoa. Yeah. So how are things down there in old southern country?
I thought you were going to say, like,
I was going to say something else, but I just didn't.
Old El Paso. Speaking of
I
that,
did.
it sounded like you were going there. But speaking of that, I saw The Lone Ranger, and for all the shit people gave that movie, it wasn't bad. It wasn't like the original radio show or TV series or whatever, but I think eventually they had a TV series, didn't they? I don't remember. No, I don't think they did. It was a strictly radio show. But whatever.
Lone Ranger.
I mean, that's well beyond our time.
There's videos out of it, like back in
Yeah,
the
yeah,
day.
they
The
did have
black
video
and white.
black and white, yeah. But it started off as a radio show, if I
Right,
recall.
right.
But
Well, if you,
well, well,
good.
I need to get this off my chest, Obi, before you go on
I'm
to the
sorry I
rest of the
didn't do
stuff.
it.
No, it's there. It's in there. LB, bring your A game, bro. Bruh. Do you even podcast, bruh?
No,
I don't.
that's my answer. There. What's up, Spatzilla?
No, I just had to tell. I had to go off on a rant because I don't know if you feel like this about it, Obi, and I think someone's tweeting us.
I didn't do it. I think I promise.
And Federal has just texted me too. But man, the Twitter is blowing up and everything. It's like everybody's texting me and tweeting me and IRCing me. It's crazy. All right, let me block it off for a second. But I have to get this off
Yeah,
my chest.
they're all saying, "Get him, Yogi, get him, fire his ass."
Spaffy, Andy saying, shades are like a go faster stripe on cars, 100% more cool. True. And we're already getting into the MOBA talk already, because he's like, League is okay because it has Kate and Luxie. Well, what about Katarina? Or
Hey,
Ari?
I got some good pictures for you. Post show there, Spat.
Yeah, we'll get into that. We'll get into the MOBA talk for sure. So hold your guns, because I know the Dota hate's coming as well. But we're going to get back into that. That was like back in episode 7 or something that we got into that, but we're gonna bring it back like we always do. But anyway, my rant, Obi, is that this has been a crazy month because families visiting and all this stuff and summer vacation and being a family man, you know how it is. But Friday was particularly crazy because of the freaking wedding I had to go to on the 4th of July, no less. And I officially feel that weddings are whack. They are freaking awkward as hell. And let me tell you why.
Especially when you're the one getting married.
Yeah. They're awkward, period. Yeah, it's true, though. It's true. It's bad when you go to a wedding and the groom doesn't seem like he wants to be there. He's like, oh, can we get this over with? I just want to get the nookie.
I'm
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Lord. I'm sorry, but, that's all that dude was thinking about. Oh, my gosh. I did not like the dude at all. But I still don't like it, never did, and I know I shouldn't speak. I don't like speaking behind people's back, but guys, some people are just so douchey that's like, oh my gosh. But that wasn't the only awkward part. It was just like every time you go to a wedding, there's always cliques, right? And to me, the responsibility of the families, the head of the households, particularly the man's side of the wedding arrangements, they should take the most interest. Because they're usually the ones that are funding it or making the arrangements and all that stuff, right? You should at least start introducing people and welcoming them as they come through the door. That was not happening. It was the most awkward thing. We just got there. It was like everybody's just standing around. There was a bunch of wallflowers. And they're like, okay. And then it's like that awkward waiting period. Weddings always start late. They never start on time. They're always at least 30 minutes or an hour late. So then you're waiting and waiting. Like, oh, God, I just want to get this over with. Most people just go there to get the free food anyway. And oh god, it's just then every wedding has to have some variant of the electric slide. It doesn't matter if you're white, if you're black, or Latino, or Asian. Everybody has to do the freaking electric slide. And I don't care if you call it the Cupid shuffle or the hey shuffle or the stick your fist in your mouth shuffle. It's always some freaking kind of electric slide. But it's just freaking awkward because everybody, there's all these people like they're avoiding eye contact because it's like they swear if they look at you, they're gonna melt, or they might have to. Lord forbid, they might have to say hello. Like I swear, oh god, fucking weddings, man. Okay, I had to get that off my chest. Go ahead, proceed with the usual banter and introductions to our lovely audience that's tuning in live or listening to us on the podcast. But by the way, if you guys have the same feelings, you feel free to email us and leave us a voicemail or tweet us. We'll keep the conversation going. I want to know that I'm not the only crazy person that hates weddings. Weddings are movies, they're wonderful, but they never play out like that in real life. Just like romance, It's a lie. It's the cake. It's the cake from freaking Portal. It is a lie. Right, Obi?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sorry, man. I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing with you.
Yeah, and meanwhile, Andy's trying to give you ideas. I want to see Yogi do the moonwalk. Oh God,
That was funny.
See, that was my
It would
problem,
be.
Obi. That was my problem. I wasn't lubricated for this event.
Dude, seriously.
Social lubrication, alcohol. Again, if you're of age, that's the only way
Yes.
to go to a wedding.
Why?
No
What's
alcohol
wrong
there.
with you,
There was no
man?
alcohol at this wedding. It was freaking straight up Christian. I would die.
You better get your ass up and go buy a $15 flask and fill that shit up before you go. What's wrong with you, dude? I
And it
thought
was,
I taught you better than that.
but see, it was also like an afternoon thing. You can't really be drinking that early. That makes you bad.
Shit, I was drinking at noon on this last wedding that I went to.
It
My
was
brother-in-law's
wine.
wedding.
Doesn't count though.
Oh, mine was moonshine. Shh. If you are new to Horseplay, wasabi, guys. Horseplay Live rocks out every Thursday night, which is right now, 11 p.m. Eastern Time, on Twitch channels Geeky Antics right here and Yogi Zilla. So if you guys could be a part of both shows, that's awesome. If you are on Yogi Zilla's channel, you guys can go to multitwitch.com and hit. You can put both streams in. You can put Geeky Antics in and Yogi Zilla, and you'll have both streams at once, simulcasting. That's something you guys can do. Don't forget, but make sure you guys check that out. And you guys can actually, for all the missed parts, when you guys don't check them out live, you can have all the replays on allgames.com. Hell yeah. Thursday around 5 p.m. Eastern Time, right before one of our favorite shows, the B-Team podcast that starts at 9. So, and you guys, we're also hanging out on allgames.com, allgames.com chat. You guys, allgames.com/chat. And you guys can join us, and you can even join us the IRC. Like there are quite a few tonight, actually, which is good. They're probably yelling at me right now. I was thinking I was going to get yelled at when you were ranting. I said in chat, I was telling Spathy, I was like, I'm waiting for him to just yell at me for something I didn't do. I was. Seriously. You guys don't forget, like Yogi said a few minutes ago, don't forget to tweet us throughout the show and throughout the week. Obi1X2 right here. Obi1 Yogi Zilla over there. Of course, hey, check out the Geeky Antics channels and Twitter as well at Geeky Antics. And of course, our main our live show, our hub on Twitch, Geeky Antics. Wow, I'm just all sorts of fucked up tonight, ain't I? I can't even talk straight tonight. Here,
I
and
hear
I'm
you
gonna
play with the bottle cap, and I'm like,
I'm not
I'm
playing
trying
with
to put
bottle caps. I'm trying to keep my hands busy. I got chips.
Oh,
Sorry.
God.
Okay.
This makes for good radio. Oh yeah.
It does, dude. It does. You can also join us live, Chat Hub on Geeky Antics on Twitch as well. How's that? Is that better? Last but not least, don't forget to go to the HQ, geekyantics.net, where you can comment, share, and just party with us on any of the shows or any of the forums that are on there. You guys can get involved and join the discussion. We're trying to rock out a whole bunch of awesome content for you guys, so just keep the momentum going, join it, and join in on the conversation. We do want you guys. Yogi, what do you got?
What do I got? Well,
I'm flustered.
It's okay. Well,
it was that rant in the beginning of the show that kind of
dude, I had to get it off my chest because like I didn't want to be the. And again, I come back to this. For women, it's Debbie Downer. But what about for dudes? Like, what do you call a dude that's like a downer all the time? Johnny Downer? I don't know. But
a douchebag.
No, because sometimes
that's what you call him. A guy that's a downer and a dickhead. He's a douchebag. He's a dickhead plus a. Never mind.
What are you trying to say? I'm just saying, I was trying to.
Are you a downer?
Well, I like to consider myself a realist, but I keep my thoughts to myself a lot of the time.
You know what I did when I went to that wedding, and I want you to remember this for the next one that you'll have to go to because you got a daughter. Anyway, we go to weddings to laugh at everybody else. Okay. This last wedding I went to, and it was my brother-in-law's, and for God forbid if my brother-in-law listens to this show somehow, I'm very sorry, Danny. But I went there just to laugh at everybody. I'm serious because they're all hammered. I mean, they're well hammered. The whole wedding party is just shit faced, except for the bride and groom, because he can't be that drunk because he'd be in trouble afterwards. That's all it was. It was just a huge comedy act. If I even had a camera, I would have recorded half of it. I even put up when my son had the everybody dancing that night. I put it on Facebook. I thought maybe I'll repost. I don't care. It was fun. That's all you got to do, Yogi. All you got to do.
Well,
Muffin Mans. What's going on?
we have some good chat going in on IRC. I asked, anyone else feel weddings are awkward as fuck? And Kazan says school reunions are worse. Yes, they are, especially high school. Now, elementary school, not so much, because actually I find that people tend to actually like and care about the people they went to elementary school with. Where high school, it's more like you put up with a bunch of assholes so you could fit in, and then afterwards you're like, man, they were such dicks, you know? And do you really want to catch up with those people? And like, no. Leave the high school drama behind. That's what Facebook is for. You leave that behind, yo. But
No, Facebook is the breeding ground of high school drama.
yeah, as I was
Seriously.
saying, you want to.
Um,
Facebook is bad enough. You don't need to go to a reunion for
I
that.
have friends that have teenage daughters and sons that tell me that they wish Facebook would have never been created because of all the drama their kids bring to them. Like their daughter posting a
It's
pic that
true.
probably shouldn't have been posted. Just yeah, no.
No, it's definitely true. But then Tire Claw says awkward as in the music, and that's a part of it. But I told him everything. TC. He's like, because they play the same damn music every wedding. It's true. And I'm not a fan of music because I'm a hardcore fan of EDM or electronic dance music. They always play
Mhm.
the cheesy stuff I don't like. It's true. Like really to keep what you want to do in a wedding. Don't play so many sappy songs because then you're making it like you want everybody to dance, but then you're playing all these slow songs, and it's like awkward. Like you want to dance? No, let's just be wallflowers. Put some freaking dance music. At least people could bump the, kind of do the white man overbite. Bop their heads a little bit. I know how you guys roll. I'm familiar. I've studied you guys enough.
I'm not commenting on that.
That's how
I'm
Obi gets
not going
down.
to. Nope. Like I said, Horseplay replays, they're on allgames.com. Hell yeah. Thursdays around 5 p.m. and they're right before one of our favorite shows, of course, the B Team podcast, which is if you guys haven't been to one of their shows, you need to go. It's quite amusing. And that they start at 9 o'clock. And actually at 9 o'clock as well, and this is where the multi-twitch comes in to effect and helps out a lot, is at 9 o'clock as well, the Gaming Death podcast starts on Geeky Antics as well. I just said as well like 6 times, but it's all good because it worked. So you guys can watch both of those too, the B Team podcast and of course the Gaming Death podcast right before Horseplay here. Just don't forget to, if you guys do go on to All Games chat on allgames.com, just don't forget them to tell them that Yogi and Obi sent you. And, yeah, I done lost my spot again.
You're so lost
This
tonight,
is,
Obi.
dude, I am.
Like,
I don't know. I'm just going to go into dark mode.
you
Just
just
like,
need to you just need to go like just be quiet for a second and be like, "Have you seen my baseball?" That's terrible. Okay, let me stop. But, but
all
so
right, Spazilla keeps saying like take 5, and we're on like take 80 by now.
yes, that's Andy's job. He likes to give us a hard time. That he keeps us in
Well,
line.
no, it's welcome, but it's just, uh,
Yeah, he's suggesting that I do the renewed vows thing and put some wedding march EDM on. I'm like, I'll pass on that. That just, because it's like weddings, unless you have a really small wedding, most of the time people are inviting people they don't really like to begin with. It's kind of like, well, let's fill some seats. It's like, oh, come on. Okay, I'm sorry. Let me stop going back in the red.
Oh no rant. I'm just trying to figure out why I can't talk tonight.
It happens. Everybody has that night. But by the way, guys, you can also voicemail or fax us, if you so choose, at 206-415-4987. Again, 206-415-4987. And for people that have a pet peeve against this, 206 or is 2Z6 415-4987. And we will not only play these messages live, but we will respond to them live. Just try to keep them short, so we can actually fit them in. But leave a bunch of them if you want. Then we can have a bunch for future shows. Keep them in the bank. But if you're shy, you can also email us at mail@geekyantics.net. And I believe Andy set up spiffy little email addresses for all of us, alternate email addresses. So you can email me, yogi@geekyantics.net, and Obi, I think, is just plain Obi@geekyantics.net. No, he's Obi1X2, his full name, at geekyantics.net. But I think YogiZilla works for me as well. We have multiple email addresses. Just in case someone messes it up, more than likely you'll reach someone, or I'll hit our catch-all email address. But yeah. So tonight on the show, stuff's gonna happen. Stuff's gonna go down. We're gonna have huge Hearthstone news for real, guys. Like we've been talking about Hearthstone nonstop, but it's gonna be for reals now. We're gonna have some real big news for you guys, and we're gonna discuss MOBAs some more, and we're gonna look at Dawngate specifically. Maybe a little dose of LOL, League of Legends, Smite, and Dota 2, for comparison's sake. And oh yeah, we also want to get you guys thinking about this before we jump to the news. Can you guess who pulled a Michael Jordan in the gaming industry? That's what we got. Gonna make you guys think about for a little bit. Won't be for too long because we're about to jump into it. You ready? You ready for this, Obi? Are you back?
Yay! Yeah, I'm ready.
That's your
Was that my cue?
What the hell? What the hell? What is going? You weren't this bad on the first episode, like our pilot episode of HorsePLAY. What? You got me laughing like that dog from the old Hanna-Barbera cartoons. What was it? From the the racing cartoon with Dick Dastardly, and he had his dog Muttley. He used to laugh. That's what he got me right now.
Sorry. I was just thinking that you were gonna keep reading because I was just gonna join in.
Okay, I could. So
yeah,
here we go.
That's what I thought we were gonna do.
On with it. On with it we go. Obligatory news.
Oh, you wanted me to do that? Oh, got it.
Yes.
My bad.
So yeah,
Still want me to do it?
Hearthstone Curse of Naxxramas news is here. It is here.
It's right here.
For real. As we expected, each run of Curse of Naxxramas will be available for under 1K. But Blizzard has formally announced the total cost of Curse of Naxxramas. It's going to be around 2,800 gold or 700 gold per wing. That's $6.99 in dollars if you're paying out of your pocket. So 700 gold translates to roughly $6.99. Alternatively, you can pay around $19.99 to have full access and even do the wings separately. And these are all one-time costs. So, once you buy the wing or you buy the quote-unquote season pass, that's it. You have access and boom. No more hidden fees or anything. It's yours to play forever and ever. Yours to play, yours to keep. They've also confirmed that there's going to be new music. New music.
And how many wings are there? There's 4 wings, just like Naxxramas.
Yeah. That actually, we were saying it was 4 the whole time, but it's actually, from what I saw...
Because actually, Naxxramas, if you think about it from a Blizzard standpoint, had
WoW?
had 4, 5, 6 bosses, and that's including the dragon boss. The dragon boss just right.
Mm-hmm.
What did I do now?
No, I was just
Sorry.
reading the chat while you were.
So I mean, if it's gonna be 6 wings total, then that's including if they're going on the basics of Naxxramas. It's gonna be say $7 times 6 wings. That's $42.
4 wings total, but it's actually 5 wings total and 4 that you pay for
Sorry.
because the first one's on the house, and that's a brilliant way to do it, because they realize they need new content, give everybody, wet their whistle, if you so to speak, and
Hmm.
then they can get a taste of it, and they're gonna wanna pay for it, and I think the deal for the season pass is only if you jump on it during the 1 month period, the 5 week period, whatever, because they're gonna release the wings each week.
Right. What I'm saying, if you don't do that, you're basically spending a lot more money
Oh yeah.
after buying 3. You're already $1 past what you would have paid in the beginning.
Oh, exactly. So
So even if
28.
there is only 4 wings, you're still saving $8.
Yeah, $28 versus 19.99, or I might be wrong. I think it may have been 14.99, but either way, 19.99 is still a great deal. It's better than paying the $28 or whatever.
Hmm.
So definitely, yeah. If you know you're gonna play all of them, you might as well just pony up the money and get it over with. But Polygon had a good article. I know you know, some people do not like Polygon because they come off a little uppity, but they were one of the first people to report it, so you got to give them that. But the new music thing is also great because Hearthstone is one of the few games that I could play with the music on and keep it on, and it won't bother me. It doesn't annoy me. So I'm excited about there being new music, and it's not just one song. It's gonna be multiple songs, apparently, multiple themes. So
Hmm.
that's really cool. So the next couple of news items before we get too excited about Hearthstone, because we're gonna get back to it. We're gonna come back to Hearthstone like we always do. But now the next couple of items come to us from our friends at Gaming Death Podcast, who played earlier than us, on Twitch. Twitch.tv/Gaming Death for those that don't know. Great show, by the way. Cliffy B is pulling a Michael Jordan after retiring, quote unquote, in October 2012 and leaving Epic Games. Epic Games of Unreal and Gears of War fame, folks. He's kind of a rock star. He recently announced Project Blue Streak, an arena-style shooter following, wait for it, a free-to-play business model.
Yes. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, so now let's all act surprised because it's a shooter and it's free to play. That's a shocker.
Yay!
I mean,
Bom, bom, bom.
if he be, does he do anything other than shooters? I mean, nothing wrong with them, but we got so many. I don't know. I'm kind of burnt out on FPS games right now. Personally, I used to love them, but now it's kind of like, yeah. Now, if it's a tactical shooter, that might be a different story. But we'll see.
I
What I
hope
mean?
I hope we have the dust off because you're not gonna like me.
It's fine. I'm sure there'll be lots of shooters in there.
That's all I played this week, and
I,
it was with a fellow gang member at that.
I know. I was on the stream, but
I wouldn't
that's a
stream.
little different though. That's what you're gonna talk about is a little different. But then again, like the Unreal Tournament style, style shooters, they're fun because, you know, they don't try to be like on the pretense that they are tactical shooters. You know that it's just gonna be run and gun, and that's fine. I hate the games that try to be military realistic, and then it's like, no, we're not, because you shoot someone in the face and they don't die, or you can shoot someone across the map with a shotgun. It's like, ugh, BS. That makes no sense. Anyway, so next up in the news, Polygon also reported on pre-ordering, and this is something that we've talked about a lot on the show. How it's one of those things that you either do it or you just don't. And a lot of people that used to pre-order, like myself included, I just don't see the value in it anymore because it's really a bad deal for consumers. That's what Polygon said. They were talking about the Aliens Isolation game, and I didn't get too much of the specifics of that game, but it makes me a little sad because it is a Sega property, and I love Sega. Let me get this in the chat here. You know, and what's bad about it is that Sega refuses to put a like a demo. Why didn't my copy work? They don't want to put like a demo or a trailer out on the marketplace, but they're expecting people. There we go. Hey, Obi. But they're expecting people to pre-order. And, you know, that's a shame. I think it's not just what did I just do? I don't think it's just you know, Sega that's guilty of this. I think just in general, pre-ordering is just a bad deal because it's all for the stores benefit, the retail stores, and the publishers benefit, that they get to, you know, talk about how their numbers. You know, oh, we got this many pre-orders, blah blah blah. It's all marketing crap, right? But I'm not gonna get too into it, but they go into a whole slew of things, and you know, I have to say I agree with them for the most part. I know that Polygon tends to come off a little elitist and, you know, and uppity, but you know, is this a case of them just trying to be controversial just to be cool? No, I don't know. I don't think so. What do you guys think? You know, again, you can leave us a voicemail on that. I just think pre-ordering, the only value in pre-ordering for the consumer is the fact that you could cancel it and then use it's money in the bank to use towards something else. You know, as long as you deal with a reputable, you know, retailer or reseller that will let you get your money whenever you need it. You know, if it's one of those no refunds, you know, you lose the money if you don't pick it up. You know, there's a lot of bogus things in pre-ordering. Like, you could pre-order something and then go to pick it up and they say, "Oh, we sold out." But I pre-ordered it. That means you're supposed to hold my copy for at least 24 hours. Like, nope, sorry, we only hold it for 2 hours after the store opens. What? You know, then what's the point? There's no value in it. And the stuff they give you for pre-ordering is whack compared to, like, you know, what they could pack in. Like, I don't know. It's just a bad deal. I used to love pre-ordering. Now nowadays it's a bad deal, but it's not worth it just to be able to play it the day it comes out. You know, because most of these games come out and they're buggy as hell, especially if you're playing online. So, anyway. For other news, stay tuned for our Deals for Cheap Bastards segment, where we're going to have some pretty big news for all you PC Master Race people out there, yo. All our PC Master Race peeps. I'm about to say rape. That's bad.
You're going to start saying, I'm going to pull a Obi. Oh, shit.
It's contagious. Pork chop in the house.
Yes, and thank you. The first one that retweeted my tweet on the HorsePLAY's live right now. He was like, well, hey, man, go watch this shit, and look where he's at. He's right here. I found him. He's Lurker.
Pork chop is consistent.
He is the real pork chop.
We had a Jazz fan, Jasthan, in here earlier.
Uh-huh.
I don't know where she went, but a shout out anyway. Even though we're not in the shout out section just yet, but good to have you guys here.
We're almost there.
We're almost there. Almost an hour later.
Sorry!
But
it's only been a half hour.
Okay. But we're actually done with the news, so... Would you like to take the next section, Obi, or am I going to continue to read? I'm going to catch up with all the tweets we're getting.
Yes, you can follow your Twitter, and you can actually tweet back. Yes, the real one, the real pork chop. Man Crush and Geek Girls. Guys, this is where we try to let you guys know if you guys do want to be a guest or suggest a favorite Man Crush or Geek Girl, contact us via Twitter, all games, and the official gang website, which is geekyantics.com. .net. Which
either one.
I saw .net either. I saw .net earlier, but we're just going to go with that. So you guys can contact, you guys can hang out. We would love to hang out with everybody. And we love to hang out with you, especially if it's something that you'd like to come on the show, especially if we're going to talk about something specific. That'd be, or even, actually, this is Geek Girls and Man Crush segment. So, I'm not gonna let everybody down here. I'm gonna straighten up just for Yogi because he's freaking out now. I said in chat earlier I'm messing with Yogi, and he's like, "Yes, you are." So I'm not gonna do it anymore, Yogi. I'm sorry. For now, let's share our geeks of the week. Yogi, do you want me to share my geek of the week first, or would you like to go?
Go for it.
Sorry, dude. My geek of the week is Janelle number 5. She is the NA EU West, and it's girls do it the best. She plays League of Legends all the time. Her stream is very entertaining. The music is really loud, so if you like really jumpy, bumpy, loud music, and you can still actually hear her, this is the stream to go to. Are you going to post it or what? But if you guys want to check that out, go give her a shout out and let her know that Obi sent you guys. Let's not bomb her or nothing because I don't want to hurt her feelings or make her mad at us. But she is a pretty decent League of Legends player, and she's just fun to watch. She's not one of those. Let me get my hair out of the way so you guys can stare at my boobs. Yogi, who's your geek of the week?
Mine should be no shocker. Someone that's been supporting the channel and has been super awesome. Made in Shy White Wolf. And, she's also won a bunch of our giveaways and been regifted the stuff. So she's awesome across the board. And she's gotten back deep into the, streaming stuff. And, I was watching you guys play Left 4 Dead 2. And I forgot I had the stream up at one point. And I'm like, why do I keep hearing voices? Now, she was super low, and you were, like, loud as hell, and I kept hearing, like, from the periphery, if that's a thing. I was like, I kept hearing, I'm like, what the fuck?
Dude, I'm so scared I'm going to mess the sound up on here that I don't mess with nothing. So I'm loud as hell everywhere. So I'm so sorry.
Yeah, but it was funny. It was more that she was whisper quiet. But once they put the headphones on, it was fine. But it was just funny. But it was a fun stream to watch, and she's been getting a lot of good variety of the content up there. I mean, she playing.
Will. I do want to let somebody know though. She will be down for a little bit. She's moving and in the process of everything. So she's not going anywhere. So keep up with her. She's just moving right now. So
yeah. I was gonna mention that too. I don't know how much she wanted to put out there, but she's pretty. She's
just moving. That's all. I mean,
yeah.
Nobody give up on her. We will let you know when she gets back. I enjoyed playing Left 4 Dead. We got a whole plethora of games that we're gonna play. She's actually, I think, we're gonna play some Warframe, some more Left 4 Dead, some Dawn Gate, and we're gonna make videos of it all. So. That's going to be some future that if you guys do want to play in the future, just let us know. I'm probably going to be starting to put it on the Steam HorsePLAY page, or even the Geeky Antics page on Steam. So you guys go check that out.
Word. And we got a forums board where you could go in and pimp out other people too.
Definitely.
There we go. It deleted my link.
I've taken over.
Moobot deleted my link. What?
Moobot, you're awesome, dude. You got timed out for 3 minutes.
Moobot. Okay, so I can't put the full thing, but this is Janelle's thing. I didn't put I got it obviously.
It's right there. I already put it on there.
I had to restart the thing.
Okay, yeah, it's there.
Dwergy, what's going on, man? You guys should also check out Dwergy, DWERGJE. And I'm getting Obi syndrome, Obiitis. It's an epidemic. That's how the zombie apocalypse starts. So real quick, so we keep moving this along. If you guys want to join us, we're on Skype right now on the HorsePLAY Live account, or you can just add me, Yogizilla. That's right. Geeks Engage. If you want to join us, yo, get engaged with us. Message me, YogiZilla, because I don't know, OB might like have trouble multitasking and he might forget about you.
I'm looking at.
He he will leave you in the shopping mall, going, "Mommy, Daddy, where are you?" And then he'll get home and be like, "Hey, I'm forgetting something."
Hey, this is not pick on Obi week either. This is the dirty MOBAs.
The dirty MOBA / Dirty Sanchez, aka
That
Obi.
just happens to be my game of choice. You just leave me alone.
But yeah, if you guys want to join us, that goes out to Georgie and Spathyzilla, hint hint, nudge nudge, or anyone else that wants to come in. But Moobot, you can't call because you're being mean tonight.
Do you wanna play? It'll be fun.
We get some quick shout outs and love before we go on to our quickie. We have no voicemails, no emails to respond to right now. Nothing on Ask FM, but some shout outs and love. And I'm really excited about this. We made it twice and back to back, 2 weeks in a row. We made it to the top 15 on allgames.com. But on the allgames.com chart for live plays. And that means people were listening to us when we played live on allgames.com. And honestly, we were shocked because technically on All Games we're not really live. But you guys still have been hyping us up, letting people know about our community events and all the stuff we talk about and the crazy shenanigans that go down and the weird sound effects and voices that we do. So obviously we're doing something right. I think we were like in position 11 and 12 respectively, which is pretty impressive considering that the one of the top 3 video game shows on all of podcasting, well actually 2 of them, is on the network, and they didn't completely wipe us off the board. Also, shout out to Fred with Gaming History 101. He's been consistently in the top 5.
Mr. Rojas.
Mr. Rojas, say hello to my little friend. Though he's Costa Rican, not Cuban, but we can still use
that. Big friend. Whatever.
So Andy has a request for you to do in the creepy voice that you love to do so much, and we're gonna. Everybody's obsessed with. I don't know what it is. This is like a cultural phenomenon. Geek culture and everyone, pop culture is freaking frozen. Do you want to build a snowman? So say it, Ovi.
Do you wanna build a snowman? Please? It'll be fun. Ah!
Quickie.
Gosh, you should not follow the lolly voice with that. That is wrong.
Oh yeah.
And then the Kool-Aid Man. Man, we got European peoples in here. We got Americans in here. We got an international, kind of showing tonight. It's pretty cool.
Hey, I heard Chris. Okay, he was trying to do Cartman too, and I can't let it slide. Chris, you gotta work on your voice, man. I mean, it's gotta be more from the throat. Mom, God damn, give me some sugar food.
That is a good assessment. Yeah.
Okay, we can go.
So this quickie is Ye Old Hearthstone Wishlist. Now we know that Chris and X Ramus, we know what to expect for sure now. Blizzard's actually kind of committing. But what's still out in the ether? What are the things that we're hoping can happen or we're just being wishful for? So we got a few things we'll mention just to get the brain juices going. You guys can let us know what you think. Just tweet us. That's probably the best place to do it if you don't want to do voicemail or email. I know that requires a little more effort. But tweet us at YogiZilla, at Obi1X2, or at Geeky Antics, or all of them. And let us know what you have on your wish list for Hearthstone. But here are some of ours. What crap. Obi's officially losing it tonight. But I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep it moving. We keep moving. So, number one is probably new hero classes. I know a lot of people have been hoping for that.
I don't know what happened.
Especially the WoW players. And probably the number one hero class we're all hoping for is the Death Knight. Right? Am I right?
Right.
And I don't know if it's like super loud in the background. You guys are probably gonna get some full-on retard background noise from my lovely family. That's like they're acting like it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon right now. Like blah, 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 blah. We have neighbors,
It's not any worse than my freaking spitting water all over the wall. I tried to drink that shit and then tried to breathe at the same time. It didn't work very well.
Maybe we should just rename the podcast to full-on retard mode.
We could, and I think it'd thrive.
But that'd be very politically incorrect. But yeah, new hero classes, right? Am I right?
Not you.
Torzy says, "Rip, rest in pieces, rest in peace." I'm sorry, rest in peace, Obi. Hashtag never forget.
Thanks, man.
Obi's gonna die, and then he's gonna rise like the Phoenix. They just said a Dark Phoenix.
I gotta do something
Dark
for
Obi.
Spath later, so don't be mad when I do it, okay?
Oh,
So
I
let's just
know
keep
it's
going.
coming. That and a lot of people mention that we've been getting requests for outtake reels. One of these days, I'm gonna take all the uncut videos we have, and just do the outtakes. But this will be the first time that we have real bloopers during the show, not the pre-show or the post-show. During the show, we're just forget it.
I got a really good idea that one of our fans told me about, but I don't want to say it I don't want to say it out loud first, so I'll tell you in private. It's gonna be funny.
Well, Andy wants to give us a little pro tip. He said that's the wrong kind of Coke to try and inhale. Just saying.
I don't drink freaking Coke. That shit's nasty. It was water.
I'm more of a Pepsi guy
First of
myself.
all.
The Coke in the bottle's good.
Okay. What's your body made up of, Yogi? Protein, right?
I know that it's acidic and it's bad and it eats you
Yeah.
up. But
Pour some Coke into some milk, okay? See what happens.
oh yeah, and put it over any kind of soda
Nasty.
really. You could put it over like something that's rusted over. It'll eat all the rust off. Or a car battery. I know.
Just Coke.
But you know what? That's why I drink lots of melted wax, and I coat my stomach up. So now I'm good. I'll never get an ulcer.
Got it. Okay, hero class.
Yeah, we kind of covered that, Obi. The hero classes.
Alternative skins.
Yeah, alternate skins and genders for the heroes. That'd be good, right? Because
Yeah.
then you could personalize it a little more. So that'd be cool. I mean, there's multiple genders and well, it doesn't have to be just World of Warcraft references. It could be the Warcraft universe is vast. It's not just WoW. So it's heroes of Warcraft, right? So they could tap into years of content, but going back to the 90s. And I'm sure there's different genders for mage, hunter, druid, all that stuff. So I feel good about this. Another
the tingly feeling inside.
Yeah, I feel tingly inside. One of the biggest ones for me is more deck slots, because I like to build multiple decks, and I hate having to limit myself to 1 or 2 per class, and basically have to vote one class off the island. So more deck slots, please make this happen, and don't monetize it, because that'd be really stupid. Structured gameplay, that's another one we mentioned before. It'd be we have arena, but how about an unlegendary mode, or a real casual mode? I mean, there's different things you could do to make it more structured and have some kind of rules and different styles of play. Like maybe a mode where you only play against the same class. Or you could make it so that you don't play against certain classes so you don't get annoyed. Okay.
I don't know.
Obi has got to step away for a second. But team and tag battles, team/tag battles. They could both be, they could be the same or they could be different. Like I was thinking, simultaneous team battles or a tag battle where you could tag out and bring your teammate in. This stuff could work. What do you guys think? Oh, man, is Shy White Wolf in the house? Dwerzy says he'd like to see a Blade Master. Yeah. I'm trying to think of all the classes there are in Warcraft that they could do something with. Like, if they draw upon maybe, like, the kind of stuff we saw in Dota All-Stars and Warcraft 3, oh, gosh, they could do some stuff there, too. But they probably won't tap into that. But there's a lot of things they could do as far as, like, different hero classes. But that's pretty much it. It's a very short wish list. There's other things we can add in there. Oh, one that we know is already coming, but I'm going to throw it out there anyway. Spectator mode. This needs to come out ASAP. Because sometimes I just want to, like, chill and watch someone. They may not be able to stream, And also, when they're streaming, you're a little behind as well. So I can see why there's some logistics with it, but if someone's playing casually, you should be able to spectate it and chat with them at the same time. I think it would be cool, especially if you're bringing a new player into the game. You could coach him like that,
Mm-hmm.
That'd be dope. Because then you have to do this weird like screen sharing or crackhead stuff. Dude, I loved where Dwerzy is up. You know what?
What's going on?
Total man crushing right now because he said if you play Warcraft 3, you know what the Blade Master should do. Oh yeah, I'm a huge Warcraft 3 fan. WoW, not so much. But Warcraft 3, all the customs on there and the campaign. Oh, Frozen Throne. Oh my gosh, I want to play that campaign again. I might even stream that. Play Warcraft 3 campaign and just stream that just for the hell of it. Maybe for Retro Friday. That's already like over 10 years old now if you think about it. Damn.
It actually is.
Yeah.
Somebody wants me to do this for you before the feature, so I want to do it. So I'm going to try it. So nobody laugh. And Yogi, this is another knuckleball.
As my chair creaks.
Ready? All right. In a world where Yogizilla stomps all over Tokyo, brought to you by GeekyAntics.com is the feature. That really sucked. But Dawngate is a feature. Is it a lol killer? Maybe not. Maybe? Maybe not. I don't know. Yogi, what do you think? That was really, really bad.
I liked it. It moved me.
I actually have to write something down and read it. I made it up from my head, and then I saw it in chat earlier, but yeah.
I would have been more moved by it, but the thing is, I was distracted because Dwerzy over here is like, he's taking me back to good times on Warcraft 3, which I would still be playing if people really played, if it was easy to get people into customs. I would say anyone that picked that up in the bargain bin, get it. Because the customs on there, you can play all kind of tower defense stuff. They have all kinds of weird customs like poke the ogre. The whole point of poke the ogre is to poke the ogre as much as you can without getting caught. And if you get caught, he smashes you and crushes you into little pieces. It's great. Impossible bosses. Anybody remember this stuff? Oh, and Dota All-Stars. And this is where MOBAs really got the jump start. Warcraft 3. Making me happy. Oh my gosh. Oh yes. He's talking about I think that was Mafaraso, the one he's talking about, or Tower Wars. There's a bunch of them. Oh gosh. Okay, I'm sorry. So back to the feature discussion. So is Dawngate the log killer? I'm about to say killer.
No. Killer. No, it's not.
Well,
there's my answer.
I know that. Is that a simple yes or no? Because we're talking about the good, the bad, and the ugly. Now we know. Let's be honest. The only reason League of Legends is where it's at is not because it's the best MOBA. It's because the one that everyone else is playing and it's the most popular. It's just like WoW is the most popular MMO, not because it's the best MMO, but because it had timing on its side and it's the most pervasive. It's like so many other things. iPods. For a long time, people called MP3 players iPods. Anything was an MP3 player is like, oh, I'm gonna get an iPod. Then they see the price is like, no, I want a cheaper iPod. I saw my friend got an iPod. It was like $40. It wasn't an iPod, brother. That was an MP3 player. It was a media player, but it wasn't an iPod. But that's what happened, you know. These games come, these things come out that define a genre or a category of a product, and then they become synonymous with it, and then that's all people know because they identify with that. And that's League of Legends. I'm not hating League of Legends. I still love League of Legends, you know, but it has opportunities. So we're gonna talk about some of what we discussed in episode 29 about, you know, MOBAs and all the stuff that's entailed in that, like toxicity. But we're gonna also define what a MOBA or arts is, because they go hand in hand. And then we're gonna compare Dawn Gate a little bit to League of Legends, some of the other MOBAs that are out there. So first of all, what is a MOBA? Because people have a lot of problem with this. So our arts, all right. So MOBA is multiplayer online battle arena, and our arts is action real-time strategy. Now Riot loves to say that League of Legends is an arts. It's a action real-time strategy. They don't like to say that multiplayer online battle arena, except that sadly most people that play League of Legends treat it more like a MOBA. I mean, they're really synonymous, those two terms. But most people think about the battle arena aspect like let's kill, and then don't die. Get lots of kills and don't die. Kill death ratio, that's all that matters. That's what they think about. They think it's Call of Duty. The strategy aspect just goes right out the window. You know, so even though those things are synonymous, there is a slight difference. So if Riot's gonna try to carve out their own little niche by saying, no, we're in arts, then they need to really start pushing the game in that direction. But collectively, all these games that we're going to talk about are MOBAs, because the whole concept of MOBAs is that you control one character, you know, rather than, like, think about it like a real-time strategy, right? Real-time strategy, you control a whole army, and you usually have like 1 or 2 units that are super OP and cost a lot of money to make, and you don't want it to die. Well, in a MOBA, you get to take control of that super OP character, and the other characters control themselves. And you just lead them into battle, and they do their own thing. So that's the whole thing. It's an RTS without all the, you know, all the macro management, I guess you could say. It's all about the micro. You just control your little fine-tuned movements and the jukes and the dodges and all that stuff and the skill shots. That's the difference. I also like to equate it to like an MMORPG without all the grinding and you know, annoying parts of like a game like World of Warcraft, where it's like the only time you feel real satisfaction when you pump lots of hours and days and weeks and months into it, and then you finally get the epic gear and you're like, yes. You get all of that satisfaction from the MMORPG in a very condensed session, and that's what a MOBA is. The thing is, who are they for? Because a lot of people that try to get into League of Legends or whatever, they usually are like, I don't like it. And it's usually one of two things. The community's too toxic for them, or they don't like the overhead view, right? Do you have the same issue, Obi?
Yeah. Well, yeah. Every person that I do see, and you guys, I mean, I have more than just one account. So I mean, I have, you know, accounts ranging from level 5 to 30. Across EU and NA that I see all the time, that if level 1 or 2 messes up, for the most part, people are cool until you get over 20. When you get over 20, that's when people start, you know, saying that, you know, it's getting to the point where if you haven't learned this game by now, you need to leave. You know, that's when it starts getting really, really toxic. So not only do people not finish their leveling and go to a different game, they get you know, League of Legends is branded a really toxic game. It is. I'm not gonna lie. It is toxic as hell, but it's not as bad as a lot of people say. I mean, when 90% of those people that are talking shit and saying, "Oh, it's so bad, those are the trolls.
I got a question for you then. Outside of the toxicity, if you have a friend, you try to get into the game, you say, give it a chance, we'll play some games together so you get the hang of it, and I'll take you through it the right way so you can enjoy it and get the most out of it, right? Rather than playing by yourself, feeding, and then getting flamed, right? Or playing with bots, which isn't that fun either, right? But you try to get them into the game, you ease them into it, but they say, I just don't like MOBAs. You know, and I hear like Muffin Man saying that, I don't care for MOBAs whatsoever, and I hear that so often. But it's funny, the same people that say that, they like the Call of Duties, you know, they like the FPS games, or they like They like playing MMORPGs, but they don't like PvE. They like PvP. So to me, it's like if you like PvP, that's the core of a MOBA experience. Why don't you like it? And again, we go back to the presentation. What do you say to that? Like, if someone says that, what do you think right off the bat?
Well,
Your friend
90%
said
of
that.
well, 90% of what people say to me when I say something to them about it is, I don't like to click to move.
Mm,
Okay,
that's a good
that's
point.
fine. A lot of people now, everybody, people know that I played WoW since the beginning. I was playing Warcraft when they were talking about bringing a beta out of World of Warcraft. Um, and am I thankful for that, to where I could use my hands and like half the keyboard, or a huge like a Nostromo or something, plus a Razor Naga to be able to do all the combinations and everything? If you can play those games, those are really good games. But on the other side of it, like Yogi said, you have to spend hours. And I'm not saying just, a couple hours. No. If you're striving to get a goal, and if you're a raider per se, and you're striving to get as much gear as you want to be able to get into the raid that your guild's in, and you're one or two tiers behind, have fun. Because you're just going to be grinding and grinding and grinding. That's why I have not gone back to WoW.
Yeah.
If I had one or two people that would say, hey, what's your point cap? I checked it today. I was on my paladin and my druid today, and I checked it. I have my conquest cap is 20,800. My battleground cap is 21,800. Okay, I can get 20,000 conquest. I can get a full set of gear if somebody wants to run me through a whole bunch of arenas. Sure, I'll come back. That's the only way, though. I don't want to spend all the. I want to be able to play. Now, if I would have kept it up, you know what I mean? If I would have kept it up and actually just all I had to do is get a few pieces of gear now. But I've been gone for like seven months or
Yeah.
more.
Yeah.
To catch up now, I got Tyrannical season 13 PvP gear. They're on 15, man. They're on Prideful. I don't even have the Grievous yet. So I mean, there's a lot of things that sway people. So the MOBA part is, when you want to get a good game and that's fast, why not play MOBAs? I mean, unless you have hours of time that you can donate to something.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, people say, well, it's too much commitment for me to like figure this out. But then they go pump like, they do these 8-hour sessions on WoW or whatever they're playing, and it's like, okay, or they're playing PlanetSide 2 or Guild Wars 2, and it's like all PvP. It's like, well, there's a commitment on that. Those are lifestyle games. You can't play a MMO casually. Now, a MOBA you can. It's pick up and play. You want to play it consistently enough so you improve, and you don't fall that far behind. But I've known people that taken a year off from League of Legends, come back, and they're rusty at first, but a few games later, they're back in their A game. The meta may shift a lot. The game might get some polish and some new champions, but the core mechanics stay the same.
Mm-hmm.
Don't overextend yourself. don't
And
don't
it's
aggro under the turret.
know what your abilities do. That's it. You can play any champion in any game as long as you know what the abilities do. Okay, how to if you're gonna play, okay, I'm gonna go with this. If you're gonna play Dota 2, and you're gonna play, I don't know any of the champion names, but if you're gonna play a melee and you think he has a ranged ability and he doesn't, that's why you're getting your ass kicked, because you don't even know what the spells do.
Yeah.
Don't go in and want to play every freaking champion that there is in every MOBA, because it's not going to work. I understand that. I know you want to play a whole bunch of different things, but you have to sit there and think about, what do I want to do in this game? Do I want to be an assassin? Do I want to be a jungler? Do I want to be a tank? Do I want to be a support role? What do I want to do? And then work on a few champions in that role, or that can multi-role, so you can learn more of the game at the same time. But people that push themselves and say, I have to learn top, mid, jungle, ADC, and I'm just talking about League right now just because, but in any MOBA, you're having your positions. I have to do all these, and then it makes that player worse than if he would have just concentrated on, just say, the bottom lane. If you can't support somewhere, try to get ADC. You know, if you can't mid somewhere, try to get, you know, top. You know, that's what people are going to do. So it's just you learn the game as a whole, and I guarantee your experience will be so much different. And I know I went off topic, but sorry.
No, I mean it's all see that all fits because I think it's important for people to be aware of what the other roles do. Just specialize in one, you
Hmm.
know, because then you don't want to be all over the place. And typically, if you're just getting into a MOBA, you usually want to start off as a support because everybody wants to be the damage dealer because that's just the most attractive thing to kills. You
I
know.
got a question for you that I don't think even the chat stream will answer.
Well, we
Okay.
have. Well, before you ask the question, I want to just address some of the things because the chat's going really fast. You know, the reason I stopped playing WoW is because of all the grinding all the time. Even when you are at max level, you do the same thing over and over again. 10, 20 man raids just to raid gear for everyone. And that's the thing. See, in a MOBA, you're getting that same satisfaction you get from an MMORPG.
Hmm.
But this, like you said, Obi, you make decisions, right? You have a picture in your mind of what kind of role you want to specialize in. But if
Hmm.
you end up going with a class or role or a character that you don't like or ends up being nerfed, you're not losing, you know, like what feels like a lifetime of work. At MMORPGs, they nerf stuff. It breaks your back completely. Your character
Hmm.
could go from being viable to completely sucking. And even if they let you re-roll and respec, it still sucks because you got to start from scratch a lot of times.
Well, and I want to interject, and this is just on his comment, but the reason the amount of people that play games such as, you know, World of Warcraft or Rift or any big time consuming game like that is not because of the gameplay, but of who plays it. A lot of them have that are in groups and guilds and things like that that play with it's all their friends. It's all the people that they can't be there right next to them, so they're going to play video games with them. That's the best second way to basically socially interact with their friends. And yes, it's that's all you do all, you know, every single week you go into, whether it's going to be normal mode, heroic mode, you go kill the all the sub bosses and the main boss of the whole dungeon, and then you have nothing else to do. That's the game they chose.
See, and you know, I definitely would say that MMORPGs have that really deep social layer, which MOBAs lack.
Mm-hmm.
Might be part of why there's toxicity in them. But again, that's coming at the cost of giving up a lot of time. Because when you have a guild, you spend so much time LFG, looking for group, gonna do temple run, QL30, blah blah blah. You know?
Right.
Uh,
Well, and the next point too that you have here, are the MOBAs, are they really just for youngins? Me and you are a perfect example. No, we're both over 30. If you look at a lot of the, and it just happens to be that MOBAs have more professional players, of course. But if you look at that, like Dota 2, StarCraft, which is really not. That's actually a MOBA. Yeah, League of Legends. You know, all the different games that you can play and they get paid for them. No, all these kids, they're all kids, man. None of them. I don't. I think the oldest one in LCS, and I think it's in EU. No, I think he's on Cloud 9. Isn't the support like 28 or almost 30 or something like that? And everybody else is like like early 20s.
yeah, yeah. I mean, some of these kids are like pimply faced, can't even drink yet.
Mm-hmm. I like Bjergsen is like 24, 23,
Yeah.
and that's, you know, on TSM. High is, well, he's 21, but still he's 20, you know, 21, 22 years old. So I mean, that's the age group. Once they get to 18, they get out of mommy and daddy's house and they can actually go somewhere and actually be an adult. That's their time to shine. If you're not good, really, and I'm sorry to say this, I couldn't go back to a team, learn to play League of Legends really good at 30 years or over 30 years old and get on any team, unless I make my own.
Yeah, I mean, you know, and I see that's why people see the face of the competitive side of it, and that's what they think that's representative of the entirety of it. A lot of people, a majority of the people that play League of Legends are probably under 18. I mean, I remember there was actual hard stats on it, but still, you know, they may say that because they focus on the fact that you need, you know, fast reaction time. It's kind of like a Twitch-based game where you can't be slow-minded. You can't, you know, there's no taking your time and thinking. You have to really, and you know, that's kind of like associated with being young and high energy. But the older folks, for young people. So I just wanted to talk about that because that's one of the stigmas. It's like, oh no, I'm 30 something or I'm 40 something. I can't be playing that mess. No way. That's for the kids. It's like, yeah,
Dude, I'm
and
gonna
you
be
can say the
playing
thing-
it. Go ahead.
Oh, so you can say the same thing about like Call of Duty or any FPS if you want to. And George says Jesus is 17, so there you go. That's Jesus with the I, not the Jesus that could part water and turn water to wine, which is very useful at parties, by the way.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I think so. But you got to think about it too. That even when I'm 40, the reason that older people play games like this is for reflexes. To just I mean, I'm sorry. Once I don't have it and I can't react to somebody coming in on me on any role on any game that I'm playing, okay, then I'll just stick to podcasting. I'll do more of that then instead of gaming.
Yeah, I mean,
Or
the thing
I'll
is-
play Gary's mod or some bullshit like that, or
Hey,
Leisure
hey,
Shoot Larry.
Hey, don't be knocked. Those are quality games.
If anybody can get me Leisure Suit Larry, I will stream it on Geeky Antics.
That's such a great game. That whole series is so good. I don't want to generalize, but the thing is, people see the face of the most pervasive players on League of Legends or any MOBA tend to be As's, and I'm not saying all of them are, because George is saying Fnatic team is pretty chill, and they act normal in the bar. You know, I'm sure there's a lot of outliers, but unfortunately, the ones that are most pervasive that are out there, are the ones that scare the newbies away. But we're not gonna get into too much to that part of it because I want to talk about Dawngate. But this is MOBA in general. We do have someone that wants to join the discussion too. I'm gonna get him in here while I try to multitask. But so moving on. Dawngate has a really great tagline. The tagline is "Break the meta," and it is true. Dawngate is about breaking the meta, and people that come in from League of Legends and they're like, this is how you have to play. There has to be a ADC. There's gotta be a jungler that's running these kind of runes. Blah, blah, blah. Bleepity boo. This is the way you build it. This is what Mobile Fire says. This is what Team Solo Mid says. Blah, blah, blah. Dawngate seems to be moving away from that. You're still gonna have that aspect of people that come in from League of Legends are very close-minded, and it's usually the people that only ever play League of Legends, and now they think they are MOBA experts. If you haven't played multiple MOBAs, then I say kindly STFU, because there's a lot of nuances to MOBAs that people do not get. Now, the camera's going funky. Okay, it was for a second. We'll fix them up.
They're off right now. We're waiting for Maiden to answer.
Okay. Yeah. We're trying to get that in. Just bear with us, guys, if you're watching the video. But Dwers recommends. He says, was it Tome? He said that's a real MOBA. It's a focus on smaller maps, 3v3 formats. So that seems like it's more action oriented. And Obi, actually, you mentioned something earlier about people not liking the click to move kind of thing, and I can see that. That makes it less of an action thing. It makes it more like feel like RTS. But it is the root of these games. But on that, Guardians of Middle Earth is a severely underrated game. Smite too, and they play a lot more action oriented. They play a lot more like like a FPS type thing where it's, you know, directional controls to move around, not point and click. And if you want more of that action-oriented game, check out Guardians of Middle Earth. Guardians of Middle Earth is very buggy, and unfortunately, they're not giving it nearly the attention they should be. But that game is what I would like to see more MOBAs be. Like, it still has the depth and the strategy of MOBAs, but it's a lot more fast-paced and smoother. Like, the jukes you could do in there, the way you can maneuver around in there, and once you have that gamepad control, or you could just use the, you know, if you want keyboard and mouse, you can still do that too. It's just amazing. You get that fine control and that quicker reaction time. It's a lot smoother because of that. But you know, back to Dawn Gate. So, you know, their whole thing is break the meta, and I love it because it feels, the moment you get into it, it feels like League of Legends, or hell, even Dota 2 or any other MOBA you want to compare it to. But you can definitely tell it borrows a lot from League of Legends. Even the kind of champions they have, though they call them shapers in Dawn Gate. It borrows a lot from League of Legends, but it's a lot more streamlined, and the roles are a lot more versatile. You know, you're not stuck into this little bucket like you're the support, so that your only purpose is to feed the ADC and put down wards. That's the only reason you exist. And, you know, you tell someone that's newer to a MOBA, that's all they're doing. It's like, I don't want to be that. I want to be the guy that kills things, you know? But here, you can be the support that feeds your ADC, though they don't really have an ADC per se. They have carries, but they don't. The whole thing about, like, League of Legends is really big on the ADC being the main person that you want to feed, and that's the person that carries the team. There's carries in Dawn Gate, but anybody could carry, and it's more about the teamwork, and I love that, because this whole thing, like, this is our Lord and Savior, the ADC, and if he doesn't get proper feed, we're losing. Yeah, exactly. It's like a little light bursting through the clouds, you know. It's, you know, and that kind of stuff makes League of Legends less fun, less appealing. You know, but again, people keep playing it. And a bunch of people in the chat said this because it's the one that everybody's playing, you know, and they had timing on their side. But there's still glaring issues with it. You know, what I like about Dawn Gate 2 is it does feel like it has a heavier focus on the action. And there's not so much of this feeling like I really need to get a lot of farm. I need to worry about my last hits. You know, the strategy is still there, but it feels a lot more fun and fluid. It doesn't feel like a chore. It's like, okay, laning phase, and we're going to do dragon at 8, and we're going to check this at 10, and we're going to ping that at 12, you know. You know, it's again, it is a beta, so that might be part of it, but it's just a lot more of a dynamic experience, and it's easier. The way the map is distributed right now, I mean, there's only one map to play on that I've seen so far, and I played quite a bit. You know, the map feels a lot more balanced, and it's easier to get around and move around, shift, you know, and just be smart about it. Now the roles, I keep talking about the roles. It's 4 roles in Dawn Gate that they have specifically spelled out, and this is outside of the archetype or the actual type of character. When you look at their profile and look at what they do, like it might say tank or bruiser carry or whatever. They have that stuff too. But when you go into a match, you get to choose, and we mentioned this in episode 29. You get to choose. Basically show your preferred roles by just ticking off a checkbox, right? So I say, I prefer these. You don't have to say it in the chat. You could, but you can just tick it off. I prefer Gladiator and Predator, or I prefer Hunter, or I prefer Tactician. And Gladiator basically is lane pusher. You get bonuses for killing minions. Predator is focusing on killing other shapers or champions. Hunter is the jungler, basically. You get improved damage and bonuses, you know, against jungle camps. And Tactician is support, and you get bonuses from helping to kill a minion or helping to kill a shaper, you know, and you get passive gold, you know. And it's just brilliant the way they handle it, because you don't have to worry so much about the item build right off the bat. And Tacticians, you know, the support, because of the way they set up the Tactician role, supports don't fall behind like they usually do in League of Legends and other MOBAs. It's a lot more. They're a lot more involved in the game from beginning to end. Now jungling, I noticed, differs a lot. And Obi, you've been trying to get more into jungling lately, haven't you? I know you're not a big fan of it. I know Doc Rowe is more the jungler, but you've been messing around with jungling a little more, right?
I have, making sure I can path right and actually do it if I need to. Yeah.
See, jungling.
The one thing I do want to say about this game, though,
Okay,
is
go ahead.
when I start playing it. Now, guys, don't get freaked out when you get into it and you're like, "What the f is this?" It's a little bit. You just have to know where to look. Now, I know Yogi's gonna do this for me because he's just a great guy. That next time we play this, he's actually gonna explain it a little bit to where I can play and actually play with me.
Yes, we will play together. By the way, I think Maiden finally joined us.
How about time?
Maiden.
Hi, sorry. I'm eating ice cream.
Oh, and she's not sharing. Yay, Maiden Shy White Wolf in the house. Now it's not a sausage fest. I'm sorry, I know I talk a lot. Okay, Obi, go ahead. Go ahead. I'm killing him tonight. I'm either really funny or he's just got the giggles really bad.
No, Dorgy. Yeah, Obi makes a move to say something, and he's like, never mind. No, I don't really see it any different than what a jungler does in League of Legends from what I played of it. I mean, there is different. I mean, of course, the map is different. It's got more openings. It's kind of like almost like a Dota map more than a League of Legends map. League of Legends, you have certain pathways that you got to go, or there's things that are basically the map is shifted up, and there's a few more different pathways. Like there would be a pathway where the golems are at on blue side on the bottom. There'd be a pathway in between the golems and the dry bush. So just things like that. It just makes it a little bit more open. I think it could be a good game. I just need to learn it.
Well, and you're coming from League of Legends. The learning curve is very reasonable. It's not like a really crazy learning curve. You can get into it pretty easily. About 3 or 4 games in, you pretty much have it down pat. But you just gotta get used to the way they word things. It's just a little slightly different terminology, but the same stuff that you see in League of Legends. And once you figure that out, it's easy. Like they don't have gold, they have Vim. You have instead of runes, you have sparks. There's little things like that are slight nuances to figure out. What I found with jungling though, jungling in this is even less appealing because you could fall behind as a jungler very easily, and like most MOBAs, people have an issue with putting wards down. And here the wards are free. You get them for free. They're on a cooldown. You can't buy additional wards. You just wait for them to cool down. You put your ward down. Press F. Done. And you tell people, press F to put your wards. Place a ward here, and they're like, dee-dee-dee. Like, okay, now I can't gank your lane because you're either pushing it too far, or you're not warding, so they know when I'm coming, and blah blah blah. It's like
But that's just like that's no different than what League of Legends is. If you push that hard, even if you have even a hyper carry jungler like Lee Sin, or I think Skarner might be here in the future, or Mumu, or somebody that can get really like 2 or 3 kills and just freaking beat the living hell out of somebody. It's the same thing. You have to be able to clear your jungle fast enough. You have to be able to clear your champion. Of course, you're not going to take a carrying ranged marksman per se and do him in the jungle because he's not going to be beefy enough. You need a melee. You need to make sure you have minion clear. You need to have jungle clear to where you can move around very quickly. That's how junglers don't fall behind, is when they can actually move around, get around the map. I actually posted a game that I played of J4 in the jungle. I didn't have a really great score. I was like 3-5-26. For a jungler, that's awesome. I don't care what anybody says. I fed everybody. You just got to get around the map fast.
Yeah,
that's all you got. And
like, okay. Well, Lily is kind of a marksmanship because of her spears, and she can easily do jungle even before her rework. So, I mean, but she's like marksman though.
And I think Nidalee will go into that season 4, maybe ending of season 4, where she will be in the jungle. if you can actually go maybe a jungling item of maybe the wraith jungling item and into a, I don't know, a Trinity Force maybe. That would be possibility, but I mean, any champion can really go in the jungle. It's what they're made for, not what they're made for. It's where they excel at. Mid really excels in the mid or top lane, just because of her poke potential and out being ability to outscale somebody just because of she can bully them out of lane if that person's not smart enough.
Sorry, I just saw the picture that was photoshopped in here. My face photoshopped at the Godzilla. I was
What are you
lagging there
talking about?
briefly.
Oh yeah, I seen it. Man, that was like 30 minutes ago.
I know. I had a brief little lag spike, so I couldn't open it. I didn't want to open it up and break things. My internet was like, "Hold on, there, buddy."
Right. What are you thinking here, Yogi? Are you sidelined right now?
No. I have a lot of thoughts on there. I mean, the thing is, like when you fall, like my experience from jungling on League of Legends, you can fall behind, but it's still useful because you can still have strategic advantages, like placing down additional wards and helping your team, counter better and be better prepared for ganks, and then in that way you're valuable. Here, if you fall behind, it's really painful as a jungler. It's really easy to fall behind 3 to 6 levels and have people go WTF, noob. But it's like, well, the jungler thing is a team effort. You can't be. You could be really good at clearing the jungle camps and pathing, but if it comes down to your team, are they setting up the opportunities and working with you? I hate when you ping and say, I'm gonna help, I'm gonna gank here, and they spook the target away. It's like, no, let me come first, then you initiate. But they go in first, Leroy Jenkins
And
style,
then
and scare them
they
away.
run them off before you can even get close to their lane.
Yeah, or they kill them before you even get this. Like, I would have liked some of that experience. That would help me out, and then I'm more useful to you.
Well, even in Dawngate, and I will do this for you, and I will actually go through the jungle and actually search and try to get it. But is there, when people talk about, even with Dawngate, League of Legends, Dota, when people talk about getting ganks, those are the people that are pissed off they're not getting ganks. Those are the people that either A, they fucked up and they're too sorry ass to deal with it for a few minutes, or 2, they're expecting a gank at 5 minutes when I'm up on red side or I'm up on blue side getting ready to gank top, or coming back down from top to gank mid, and they're bitching because they're playing too aggressive, or they're being retards, or not having enough wards. Or instead of a second ward, the support starts with a mana regen item or some shit. That kind of shit right there is like, I'm not even going to gank you. You're 2v2. Have a good time.
Yeah. See, here, the good thing is, OB, is that the pathing is a lot simpler. There's only one buff in the jungle. The rest of them are just give you better Vim, which is the version of gold, a better experience, because they're tougher to kill. But other than that, there's only one buff, and it helps you get your divinity, which is your mana pretty much up, and your cooldowns down. So it's basically a blue buff, and that's all it really is right now.
We'll get into it. We'll get into it this week, so we have a little bit more to talk about.
Yeah,
We'll come back on Deathgate.
Yeah, definitely get
Or
play
Dawngate.
it. One of the things this is that realize about this whole sucks. When they it's a team effort, and here definitely what I here. No, let me win without PC. You could go.
It's APC's a thing in LoL too, but I'm sorry.
It's not
I'm gonna get you after this.
challenge.
Go ahead.
I know it's 80 dealer. Out of so damn, if you have kind of you could as people burst or have,
You misunderstood me, Yogi. Did not say that like as in we need ADCs. If you just heard me, when I'm jungling on any game or I'm gonna be the utility kind of move around person on any game, when there's a 2v2 situation or a multi-person in one lane, I'm not going down there to gank them. I might by 10 minutes I'll hit bottom lane one time. That's
Yeah.
it.
Well, and also
But
in League of
now
Legends,
in that 10 minutes, I go from starting with my say we'll just go starting with my blue, going straight to race or race, getting red, have level 3, go straight to top and gank. I'm there by 4 minutes.
yeah.
Then I work my way down. By the time I get down, I go back into the jungle, then I end in my white camp. I ganked mid and top, gotten both of them kills, or scared the living hell out of the opposing player. You're 2v2, dude. You
Yeah.
need an ADC.
Yeah, exactly. Like that's the thing. Like bot lane, in League of Legends, they shouldn't be complaining about ganks. Even if they have 3 or 4 people in the lane consistently, that's in that lane that sees the person is missing is gonna float to help out or push the hell out of the lane, which is still good. They might get a tower out of it, but usually a 2-man lane can handle themselves. See, that's another thing that's good about Downgate is that you have 2 people in each lane. That's just a given. That's usually the way you do it. You could do 3-1, or do some other kind of crackhead meta if you want, but usually it's 2-2, and then you have the jungler, and it's very simple and it works beautifully because people are usually self-sufficient, and the jungler can easily float between the lanes depending on who needs the most. Like, all right, this lane is consistently getting ganked, so I'm gonna babysit that. And that's it. It's very simple. You usually could tell which lane is falling behind. It's much easier, but you could easily fall behind just because the way it's set up. Jungle can miss out on a lot of experience, but there's ways to offset with items and whatnot. But the biggest. Let's just talk more in general terms about MOBAs while we try to wrap this up. We're doing good time though. We're doing good time. But the biggest issue with newbies. Now you mentioned that Dawngate does a horrible job of onboarding people, and Dwerzy said this that League of Legends, what helps it out a lot is that it does a good job of introducing people to the core mechanics, and that it does do with the bot games and the tutorial is solid. That stuff is solid, but it still doesn't cover a lot of key things, a lot of key concepts, and no one ever can cover all the bases, right? But Dawngate has no bot games right now, and it has no tutorial, so you kind of just go into it. They kind of assume that you already know what a MOBA is and how it works, and you just get thrown into it. So that could be an issue. And just like in any MOBA, when you get newbies that never even played any other MOBA before, and it's clear, you get the people that stop moving altogether. It's like they're moving, and all of a sudden they just stop moving. It's like, did they disconnect? And then you're like, okay, what's going on there? Oh, and then they start moving again, or like they stop moving when they're attacking. Like they don't, they're just always supposed to be in motion. That's kind of the key, so you could dodge stuff. But they just attack and stay put. They don't move around. It's like they can't multitask. No warding, Well, let's bring Maiden into this. Maiden, what do you think some of the biggest issues when newbies are when they go into a MOBA? Like, what are the things that people do right off the bat that's terrible?
Well, I know when I was in Event League, I did the basic bot games and I jumped into PvP. And I'm like, I don't need bot games and everything. And I really wish I would have stayed in bot games and learned like different roles, like what they did and the abilities. I kind of regret, and I do more bot games now, but that's the biggest thing I see wrong.
Yeah. So you like the items, and would you say like the order that they level up certain abilities as well?
Like if you work on it for the first time, what do you do now? You go play a couple custom games with bots, but just for a regular bot game, and most noobs are like, oh, I don't need bot games. I want to do PvP, which to me is wrong now. I wish I would have stayed like in bot games.
I'm surprised you didn't mention one of the biggest ones: auto locking a character.
I mean, yeah, that's also a big thing. I mean, if the team is a perfect composition and you can do role, even if you don't really like want to that game, I think you should be considerate of others. And if you're best at one role, like kind of like mesh together and be one, and not, oh, I'm gonna be an ass and be like lock in, you know?
That's like the biggest one. I'm surprised, and all the MOBAs I've played do a horrible job of doing that. They should have a cooldown period where people cannot lock in the character, and then it gives you a little thing. If you try to lock in, it says, "Hey, wait a minute. Did you discuss your positions with your team?" You know, like that simple little thing would make such a big difference. Because, yeah, maybe you're the best ADC there is out there, but what about if someone else locks in an ADC, and now you have 2 ADCs, or 3 ADCs, or 4 ADCs, no support? Like, yay, let's all be glass cannons.
I mean, yeah, and I mean, I get it. Some supports go from ADC to ADC because ADC care, but you'll need a balance. And if you just auto lock 2 ACs and go bot, that can mess everything up.
Yeah, 'tis true. 'Tis true. What do you think about like I'm trying to think. There's another thing that I saw today that just made me shake my head, and I was introducing someone to Don Gate, and it's one of those things that you take for granted when you play a lot of MOBAs, but then when you see a new player get into it, it's like, oh, like not understanding roles. I still feel like even seasoned players do not really understand how the roles work and like teamwork. You know, like those simple things. Like, what would you say some of the team dynamics are that people need to kind of get a grasp on? You know, those subtleties that really make a good player stand out from a terrible player.
To me, you have to communicate with the team. If you don't respond, if you don't see anyone on the team, I'm a bad player, and you just need to uninstall the game. Because the whole point of the game is to work together as a team to win the game.
Yeah. Uninstall the game. Uninstall your life.
Yes, aka Maiden is a troll hater.
Yes, a very big troll hater. If we go to a custom game and we have a party of teams and we are okay with trolling, then, but if not, play like you want to win and don't be an ass. That's all I want.
Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly.
Hey, Asses have their place. They lug around things that are too heavy for us. But you know, one thing I always find frustrating, no matter how many MOBAs I play, and how good I may be doing, is when people have this unrealistic expectation of, like, oh, you should go in when I go in. It's like, all right, dude, you're by yourself. There's no teammates close to you, and you're going in against 2 or 3 people. You're gonna die, but I know your teammates are close, but they're closer. They're gonna kill you before your teammates can get there in time. Why are you initiating now? It's like, to me, like, I feel like that should be common sense. But people feel like you could just magically teleport to them, and it's like, okay, let me just go in on this now. Oh, I died, and then it's like, gets to a point where it's like, all right, do I just let him die and just realize that's not gonna work and we're not gonna win that battle, or do we go in and end up dying one by one because we want to be team players? It's a tough call.
No, I don't do a fighter jet. I do want to say something to that though. For the people that do that, we call them in the mobile world, we call them theaters. Or people that just go on tilt and can't get off. Spatzilla is going to use the green screen behind me to put me into a fighter jet. No, put me on the head of, put me on the body of a, I don't know. Let me get back to you on that.
They could put you in a mech suit.
Sure. Just like this. Ready? Go. No, so you want to do that, Spath? We'll get out after the show sometime, and I'll actually get all the lighting in here right, and we'll do it that way. Because really, the reason my face is so white most of the time is because I have a big white page on my screen right here, and like if I take it off this screen, everything goes back to normal. But it's the white page. I might need to change the background of the page that we have for our show notes, Yogi. Change the background to black, please. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to put like some letterhead in there with some paper doilies on the border, make it nice and pretty.
I didn't ask to gay it out. I said make it black.
For any of the gays in the audience
Nope.
listening in on this, we love you too.
Super.
Well, anyway, so wrapping this up, what I would say for those of you that are still on the fence about MOBAs,
No.
if you could get past the display style, well, if you can't get past that, try Smite because it's full on 3D and it's a lot more like an MMORPG. It's a lot more like a World of Warcraft or whatever. But if you don't care, if you're not a graphics snob, you could try a few other ones. I would not say Dota 2 or any version of Dota or League of Legends. It's a little too hardcore for the average person. Unless you go in with a friend that can hold your hand a little bit. And don't be embarrassed. It's fine. We all needed that at some point. But Guardians of Middle Earth, if you can pick it up cheap, is worth checking out. And it has full gamepad control. So that makes it easier for people that don't like the click and move type thing. And another one that I forgot to mention before that I meant to mention was Dead Island Epidemic. And if you're not in closed beta for that, or you can just buy into it, it's worth it. Because that one's a lot more action-oriented and it has a lot of co-op stuff. And there's zombies, killing lots of zombies. So what's not to love about that?
Carthaden Swifty doesn't touch MOBAs because that's not where his money is made. His money is made with WoW. His money is made doing the long hours and doing the videos and the helpful hints and all that stuff. That's where his money is made. That's why he won't touch MOBAs. Because he's said before that he loves MOBAs, but they take too much time away from him with how he makes his money. That's why people pay him to play games, is because it's WoW.
Yeah.
Everybody watches it.
And every streamer, every person that makes videos, and all the gameplay stuff, people end up creating a niche for themselves. So, some Star Wars love in the chat. Oh yeah, I see what they're trying to do there. What's going on?
He's talking about green screening my face onto some, so he's gonna make me a Rebel Star Fighter. I'm scared. I'm scared of Smathy sometimes.
I see what Karth is saying, but to me, MMORPGs are a dying breed. We're seeing more and more MOBAs made and more deck building games being made, and there's a reason for that. They have a wider audience, less barrier to entry, less time commitment, and they're easier to produce. So it's more profit. It's a greater profit margin for game developers. MMORPGs, they're super expensive. And, they're still coming out with some new ones, but let's face it, you can only commit to like one of those at a time. You're not going to play Elder Scrolls Online, World of Warcraft, Guild Wars 2, and whatever else side by side and put equal amount of time into it. You're just not. Especially if you have to pay monthly for it. Stop that. WildStar? No, it's just not going to happen. Eventually you choose one or the other, and then the rest lose out. It's not a viable model. Whereas you could play a League of Legends or a Dawngate or even a Hearthstone next to these other games that are lifestyle games. There's something to be said about a game that's more pick up and play. MMORPG or any MMO really is not a pick up and play experience. It's more like, all right, do I have 3 hours to kill right now? Yeah. Or if you don't, I'm not gonna bother.
Well, can I say something?
Yeah, go ahead.
No.
No, you're so mean.
Aww.
No, but Juniper, I guess. You said MOBAs are all dead. Well, in the one Dota after another, type kind of, I guess World of Warcraft is a MOBA, but to me, it's not like Dota. But can I do? Does that work?
The what?
Like World of Warcraft and Dota, because like he was saying that it's one Dota clone after another.
Mm-hmm.
And if World of Warcraft is a MOBA, I mean, it's not like Dota.
It's not really a MOBA. World of Warcraft is an MMORPG.
Okay.
It's more of a, like you said, it's more of a lifestyle game, where you have to spend them hours upon hours of getting something that you want. And then, like the MOBA, and I asked the same question to him right before the show. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, "Hey, wait, a MOBA's what again?"
Well, they have
Um,
similarities. They have similarities.
They
Yeah.
they do, but it's the WoW, anything that is gonna, Rift when it came out, the new, of course, Warlords of Draenor, which is WoW, but anything like that is gonna be like an MMO, like an RPG, because you're actually kind of like living the life, kind of, you're immersed in the game, and that can get a whole new subject, so I won't get on that right now, but. It's there is a difference between it. I mean, for the fact that you can get on the computer for 1 hour and play a game and be done. You get on the computer for an hour with WoW, you haven't even started yet.
Yeah, you're still looking for group. You're still
Yeah.
LFG.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and you know what? There's a lot of MOBA hate, and I get it. And I'm not gonna try to convert anyone, but you can say the same thing about MMORPGs. They're all the same pretty much at the end. You know, it's just a slightly different. It's they reskin it, but it's still like World of Warcraft or Tribes at heart. You know, all these kind of games that have the same kind of mechanics. You know, or Anarchy Online. If you want to go further back, Anarchy Online, Eve Online. These are like the grandfathers of all these games that everybody else afterwards is copying, including World of Warcraft. Now, there might be some slight improvements, but is it enough to warrant paying for it? At least the MOBAs are mostly free to play, so there's that. And you're not devoting tons of time into it and feeling dirty afterwards. Like I spent, a quarter of my life playing this one game, and now it's dead, or I can't do anything more in the game. Why did I spend all this time in the game? You know. So I don't know. It depends what you like. People are always gonna have a bias toward MOBAs if they don't like them. If they won't give them a real chance. I just find it funny because MMORPGs and MOBAs have so much in common, especially if what you're in there. If you're playing the MMORPGs for PvP, not the PvE, then I don't know. Why can't you make a transition?
Well, Juniper. Is that what it says? Yeah.
Yeah.
We're really not comparing them. Because we're basically talking about MOBAs are starting to get shitty. Really, there's so many little things that can happen, and I mean the concept of both games, types of games, are the same, but with the way a RPG will branch out to where a MOBA will just stop. It's nothing that we're not comparing them, because I've played both. I've played WoW for years. I play, League of Legends. I'm playing Dawngate now. I'm playing, the games that can stop, just right now. I mean, there's nothing wrong with either of them.
Yeah, I personally choose not to play MMOs anymore. After playing many of them for years, I just got tired of that genre. For me, MOBAs are still fresh and fun. And I don't see myself getting bored of them, and I'm not pumping as much time into it. It's a lot more satisfying. The reason I'm comparing them is simple, because the things that are satisfying in each genre exist in both MOBAs and MMORPGs. The item builds, the leveling up, the PvP team-oriented situations. It's just obviously MMORPGs. It's a wider scale, and they stretch out the sense of progression a lot more. Stan I know Stan is not with me on this because he's like, MMO cannot be compared to MOBA. And from a core mechanics perspective, yeah, they can. They may be different games, but if you really break them down to the nuts and bolts, and I've made this argument before. People, I don't know, people won't see it no matter what I say, but the core mechanics are there. But we'll move on.
Oh.
Do we want to share something about what happened, Maiden?
I was gonna say something, but it's fine.
No, go ahead, and then we'll round it out with you.
Well, because you said one of them will end, and I mean, there's always going to be MOBA and MMOR, like whatever you call it out there. So, but like they're always going to be out there. I mean, sure you can go back and like Skyrim or something and choose different paths and do different things, and it's different. But for like League, you can go back and build different items and have a whole totally different thing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was Dota first, and then Dota 2, and then League, and now Smite and Dawngate. But you see, they're always progressing, so it's always going to be here, no matter what.
Mhm.
So I don't think either one of them wouldn't.
Well, you know, another thing I look at is if you look at when MMOs were really hot, all the Korean companies and all the other developers, indie developers, and everybody was jumping on the MMO bandwagon. Now, not so much. Now, everybody's making MOBAs because that's the direction of things. So, for anyone to say that MOBAs are dying when everybody's jumping on them right now, if anything, they're peaking. It might get to the point of saturation, and eventually the marketplace will crumble, and then there'll be just a few select ones. But that's just the evolution of the gaming industry. But MMOs right now, anyone that's crazy enough to make an MMO at this point is, you know, either has to have a lot of money, some really good financial backing, or just be insane because that's a crowded market, and I just don't see that model working that much anymore. But, you know, that's it. So let's talk about community events and giveaways. You want to take this, Obi?
More Steam giveaways, guys, are coming. They're coming right now. You guys can go to geekyantics.net/giveaways. It's in the chat right now, and you won't miss out. Never. When we do giveaways, check back out because we add more prizes or whatever, however we're doing it. There's just way too much to plug here, so what we're doing is just give you guys the groups where we're actually doing giveaways on Steam, and that's going to be the HorsePLAY group. And get it copy pasted here. That is going to be the HorsePLAY group, the Retro Friday group, Hearthstone, and the Hearthstone.Heroes group. So on Facebook. So you guys check that out. Here is the link, and I'll give it to you right now. Because I didn't put it on. So, ready? Anyone who wants to help out can please use these things on your site or on your blog site. I start calling you Yogi again.
Yeah, I think I'm lagging really bad. You just went full on robot.
Okay, that happened to me too.
Okay, I thought it was me. I'm like, oh my gosh, why did Obi turn into a robot?
Yeah, somebody decided they wanted to mess with me again.
Everybody's giving me a hard time. They're like, Yogi's talking a lot more than usual tonight. I'm not trying to, but Obi's having issues. I don't know what's going on. I think.
Yeah,
Obi
I don't
had the blue
know.
pill.
Is it better now?
Obi, did you take the blue pill or the red pill?
The blue one. Sorry.
I don't even remember which one did what anymore.
I think I took the red one. I don't remember. Am I better yet? Anyone else?
No,
that,
you're good.
I did put those Steam community pages in. Like I said, it's HorsePLAY, Retro Friday, Hearthstone, and Hearthstone.Heroes on Facebook. It's a Facebook. Anybody that wants to help out can. You guys can use these links to put on your blog sites or your prospective sites of themselves. The more people that participate in the giveaway, the better the prizes will be. So, guys, don't forget to check that out. Make sure you guys go try to get into the Yogi. Are there any giveaways right now that's happening?
So yeah,
I know there
we had
are
a
game
giveaway.
giveaways.
Yeah, one just started earlier, right as we started the show. I did like that on purpose. We're giving away Magic 2014, but I'm debating because some people were talking about adding some prizes to the pool. So if we have some people that throw in some stuff in there, then we'll make a bigger prize pool. The only thing I'm not sure of if there's going to be multiple winners or just one that wins everything. So we'll see what kind of participation we have, and what we'll do is kind of level it up as more people share the giveaway. You know, we'll maybe throw in some more stuff in the prize pool and give people more ways to earn entries. So yeah, and we're gonna keep experimenting with the giveaways too. So everyone has a chance to win something.
I do want to do this. I do actually want to do the stream giveaway. Give me 2 seconds. My phone just rang. Okay.
I got
Deals
you, Obi.
for. Go ahead, man. Thank you.
So yeah, we're gonna do a quick deals for cheap bastards, so we don't so we can wrap this up. Unless Maiden has some deals she wants to share real quick, but the first thing is we just put it in the Twitch chat. If you go to PC Gamer.
No. Well, go down. Not that I've seen lately. You know. I haven't really seen exactly, so.
I didn't hear her well.
Sorry.
You're the leader of the call, homie. Yeah, I can hear you.
Is it just
Everybody? I know. Did it go offline, really?
No, it still
I'm-
shows live
I'm
for
still
me.
there. That is weird. That is weird. We're almost done. We are almost done. What do we got going on?
Oh, and by the way, everybody that's in the other channel, no gameplay tonight, but maybe later on. This is strictly podcast. But shout out to Frail Nubis, way too cool for school. Not a random dude. And you have a fan, Obi-Wan Newbie. I'm simulcasting on my channel.
Sweet.
Look at that. You got a fan, Obi. Alright, whatever. I think we have to wrap it up because I don't know if it's lag on my side or what.
Wow.
Some bad juju.
We just had somebody that's actually, unless they're just talking shit, but somebody posted my phone number to call into this show.
what?
Can you guess who that is? I got some good guy calling me going, I'm really sorry. And he even said sir, so now I really kind of feel like it's bullshit, but it's okay.
Oh, man. When it rains, it pours.
It does. It does. It does. Manny, where are we at? Anyway. Shameless? You're lagging, Yog, really bad.
I know. You see us off, Obi.
Yeah, we will do that. Down to the plug show, guys. We do. Hello? Anyway. Yes, you guys will have an opportunity. You guys want to be a guest on the show. Let's keep this conversation. Am I again? Hello? Right. Let's just go as a voicemail 415-4987 or an email at geekaddiction.net. Please move short so we can play them live right here on HorsePLay. HorsePLay replay is on allgames.com every Thursday around 5 p.m. Eastern time. And the B team And we are warm up for the B Team podcast, which is, but there is a reserve slot before them. But sorry, guys, regardless, please show some love by supporting allgames.com and hang out with us on IRC chat. It's really fun. We're Yogi's there all the time. I get there when I can. And of course, make sure that you guys give them some love, give us some thumbs up. It really does help. Even better, just some reviews and some comments, and just make sure that you guys go and check out geekyantics.com because the gang is growing. You guys can check us out on YouTube and Twitch at Geeky Antics on youtube.com/Geeky Antics and twitch.tv/Geeky Antics, which is right here. If you guys are listening to the podcast, the big shout outs. I said that the wrong way, but anyway, big shout outs to our flagship show right over at geekyantics.com. We don't want to get you guys confused. The Gaming Death podcast will be over on twitch.tv/death every Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Hopefully, simulcasting here so right before our live show. So we are super stoked to have Chris and Hollow join the game. I will try to get in today. Not do it for some reason, but these guys, I roll lately, guys. Give them love. Just let Yogi and Yogi send you guys, and they'll love you just like they love us. Also, keep the site gaming.com. Go ahead and check that too. For your EU game Sunday mornings at 9 a.m. Eastern Time. Sunday, there'll be 1x2 and myself and Dr. O Games. We discussed League of Legends Diablo, and we're probably going to be dabbling into a little bit of WildStar, even some more Blizzard stuff. We got a lot of freaking plugs, don't we?
Just a few.
Holy crap.
That's what she said.
Yeah, I know. Whew.
We haven't had a that's what she said moment tonight, so.
Yeah, we have. I just haven't said it.
Ooh.
Oh, he was thinking it. That's when he saw Obi giggling to himself.
I think it's you guys because I don't know. It's probably somebody messing with my stuff. But we do want to let you know before we go, check out our friends at Worthy Opponent 42 level 1 Gaming History 101, the B Team Podcast, R9 Cast, Knuckleballer Radio, Pixelated Pints, Zombie Cast, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Cast, Fantastic Forum, Sega Nerds, and the Castubrous Doctor Who podcast on the All Games Network, and Gang, and other places where geeky goodness can be found. Let them know, of course, Yogi and Obi sent you from HorsePLAY, and they'll welcome you like they welcomed us, and that's with open arms and into the All Games family. Coming up on some future episodes here in the near future, we have new patch notes for League of Legends and Hearthstone. New stuff's going to be coming out, and hopefully that it'll get a little bit more exciting. Maybe some new cards or new card back, depending on what's going on over the next couple of seasons here on Hearthstone. Yogi, do you have anything else to say, sir?
So yeah, for those that were wondering what happened the past 5 to 8 minutes, we're just doing shout-outs. we'll get them in the podcast when we upload it to iTunes and Stitcher.
Okay, so it must be Obi's because it's working on your thing, Yogi.
Is it? It might be. It
Yeah.
probably is me. Uh-oh.
It's audio only though.
I don't know. Did we just lose Obi?
Obi.
Yes. I'm here.
That was weird.
He turned his camera off.
I just heard the Skype drop-off sound. What
weird.
the hell is going on?
Jeez. I'm going to make sure you guys check her out too. Make sure White Wolf, go ahead and check her Twitch page out. She's been streaming a lot lately. Maiden, what is your Twitch page exactly?
It you mean it's just like what? It's just my page. Maiden White Wolf, I guess. I don't know.
Okay. Maiden Shy White Wolf. That's on Twitch, guys. Go check her out as well. I know we're kind of having a little bit of audio problems. If you guys are listening on the allgames.com, B Team is coming up at 9 p.m. Be sure to hang out in the chat room and just chat. Actually, click the like button and we'll go to actually we'll talk to them live just here, but on allgames.com. Yogi, we have to close this out, man.
I am going to sound us out. You guys have a good one. Sorry for the weird robot stuff. There's gonna be a lot of editing to do later. Hope make sure you get the audio file to me ASAP. I'm gonna have to cut and paste from both of our files and like stitch them together.
We need surgery done.
Surgery
is a must. Yeah, surgery is a stat.
Say bye,
If you have
everyone.
to. Bye,
Bye,
guys.
everyone. Hey,
Bye,
guys.
everyone.
This is Obi1X2. Of course, the crazy Puerto Rican mofo right across from me, the Yogi Zilla stomping through Tokyo. This is Horseplay, and of course, our guest, Maiden. Welcome and thank you for coming. This is Horseplay, and we will see you next week. Thanks.
Peace. And special thanks to Dwergy for keeping the chat alive.
Yeah, I'm pretty well. So, I'm just this contest. Thanks for coming. We will see you next week. Oh,
And we're out.
You're gone totally?
No, I'm cutting off the uncut right now. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I don't know what's going on with the internet. And we're turning to robots again. It happens every so often. But yeah, that should make for a fun uncut video. Take it easy, guys. And don't forget, giveaways. GeekyAnswers.net/giveaways. Check them out. Peace. Say bye, Maiden.
Bye.
Bye, Maiden.
Oh my god. All right.